meant for an adult audience.
LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. LoveLine, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. What?
Reflexive.
Oh, that?
No, I yawn the moment
you
you
yawn?
begin speaking. It's just insane every night.
I didn't even notice you yawning.
Good. All right, fine. You stand there and sit there and abuse me if you had.
All right.
All right.
Some people yawn when they're nervous.
No, I'm not nervous. Definitely not nervous.
You sure?
A little irritated, but not nervous, no.
This is only your 55th
1000th?
show?
Yeah.
Only,
yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Still don't have them butterflies?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, well, I blew through a couple red arrows on the way here. I'm very proud of. I'd like to keep my campaign up across America to encourage everyone just to go ahead and ignore those red arrows. You got to make sure it's safe. You got to make sure there's no oncoming headlights. But
how dare you? I mean, you know how to turn left without the direction of a green arrow?
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you do that?
Well, I'll tell you what I did, Drew. I'll tell you how I know. I did it for about 20 goddamn years before these mother effers and the city council decided it was now unsafe. And so I got used to turning left at my own discretion.
Well, I think how dangerous that was. All those years of you putting your life on the line.
Yeah,
at
shocking.
12, 1 in the morning.
Shocking.
There had to have been a car at least within 20 kilometers of where you were turning left.
Yeah. Well, one time I turned left. And then I stopped and I counted, just to see,
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000. Right. 146, 1,000. Car came down Venice Boulevard. Shocking. I call that a brush with death. Idiots. Everyone, please ignore those things. And you know what's sad now? Remember I was telling you there used to be once in a while you get to a signal that was set up properly, which had a green arrow that then went away and left you on your discretion.
So you can yield to the traffic.
Yes, my argument is not that there shouldn't be arrows. It's that they should never turn red.
Yeah, they can't make you stop.
The green arrow is fine because traffic gets backed up during certain parts of the day and people need to turn left. I understand that. And then it should go to nothing so that you can turn left.
They now, though, have these signs that say yield on green. So.
Well, I was behind this pussy. And I was at one of those situations that had the green arrow that then went blank.
Oh.
But he sat there because he was so pee-whipped by the red arrow, he wasn't sure what to do. He was seeing no arrow. So I gave him a toot on the horn, and he gave me this sort of scared look back in the rear view like, I'm not sure what to do. And I'm like, hey, puss, drive. That's what you do. You turn when the thing turns yellow. That's what it does.
Most of the country cannot relate to what you're ranting about.
Don't ever move to California. Any of you, stay where you are. You may not have employment opportunities. You may have snow 9 months out of the year. I don't care. Anything's better than the arrows.
And certainly, given the world climate we're in, this is an important issue. But we're gonna have to table it for the rest of the evening. Okay.
All right. All right. You ready?
Yeah. There we go.
Jennifer.
Yes.
You're 29?
I am.
What's up?
Well, I've never met my father. The story went that he left after he found out my mom was pregnant. I'd always been told that he, never wanted anything to do with me, that he forbade his family to have anything to do with me.
What's happening now? What's happening currently?
Well, about 3 weeks ago, his oldest daughter from the marriage that he's in now contacted me through email.
How did she know about you?
Apparently, her mom told her. I had no idea that his kids knew about me.
So what do you want to do?
Well, there's a question. He has questions as to whether or not I'm really his child.
Still, so, do you learn this through your stepsister, maybe, your half sister?
Well, no, I've actually talked to him now.
Wow. Oh, what
through
a prick! Couldn't he let it just be as just, hey, I'm sorry?
Well, maybe she wanted money.
Oh.
Did you want money? Yeah, all right.
No money.
My dad used to give me that line whenever I wanted to get like a soda or something. Well, the jury's still out. Your mom was kind of a tramp. So ask the mailman for that quarter.
Well, we did the paternity testing.
All right. Well, listen, hold on. Your dad's an idiot, right? He's not your dad. He's just some sperm donor.
Yeah, he's a biological donor.
Yeah.
That's what I got to calling him, was
Right.
my sperm donor.
Yes, he's a piece of work, so screw him. You don't need him.
Well, we got the testing done on Monday. I'm still waiting
Oh, my
for the
God.
results.
Why spend a nickel on this guy?
Well, I didn't have to spend the money. He did. And I did it because I'm absolutely positive that it's going to come back that he's my father. My mom
Well,
has
so what?
absolutely no doubt.
Okay, that just makes him a worse individual when it turns out that it is your biological dad.
Well, that's true.
So what are you looking for? Where's,
what do
where's
you
the
want? What's in-
hole
what's
that
in
needs
this-
to be
yeah, what's-
that needs to be filled in your life?
What's in this for Jennifer?
Oh, one of the times that I talked to him, I explained to him that I grew up with this thought in my mind that I had been abandoned by my own father. Who else was going to want me?
Yeah, all right.
All right.
But that's
That's how
going to
you
be there.
That's there. That happened. That's too bad. First of all, he's the guy that abandoned you, the guy you're trying to heal with. He's the same prick.
Right.
Right.
Okay? And
Right.
secondly, the damage, the experience is done. You need to heal it via attaching yourself to healthy people, not by
Right.
trying to
Not-
reform
yeah.
a fantasy relationship with a dad that never existed,
Who's an idiot?
who is an idiot,
So
of
just
course.
please free yourself up and write him off.
Okay.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone. Stop looking for closure. Immediately. All this closure is such a load of crap. Go back and fix everything.
Well, that's not closure.
Well,
That's not closure.
I know, but they call
Closure
it
is what you-
closure.
yeah, no.
Everyone calls everything
Closure
closure.
is what
I
you're
just
telling her to
need
do.
closure.
Closure is what you're telling her to do. Put it away.
Yeah, but
Close it.
Okay, but people get caught up in that. Look, we're broken up. I'm fine with that.
I can't close
But
this.
I need to know why.
Oh, please. That's not
No,
closure
you,
either.
You don't need to know why. You need to know that you got your ass dumped. She needs to know that her biological father's a prick and it took no interest in her life whatsoever. And these are all things that are very evident. You don't need to know why. Why?
'Cause he's an idiot.
Why? Because his dad was bad. Why? Because he was drinking. Why? Because he's selfish and doesn't care. These are all the reasons.
Of
Probably
course,
5 other ones.
But the grandiose narcissistic impulse is, but it was me you were leaving, and so why did you leave me?
Right.
There was no you.
right.
You were just something that scared him, a
Right.
pregnant woman.
Right. All right. Move on. Jennifer,
Uh-huh.
you're 23.
Yep.
What's up?
Not much. I just had a question about the dual relationships that Dr. Drew was talking about a little earlier.
Right. Okay. What about him?
My question is, I have an ex who we dated, it's been a while back, and we only dated for a short time, but we've been friends just because I think it's kind of stupid to have such a deep relationship with somebody and then once you break up, not have anything to do with them.
Oh, yeah. I think it's
I'm a little
genius.
conservative. I know that's stupid, but my question is, he's now engaged, and so I feel it's appropriate to cut ties, but he wants to harass me.
What do you mean harass?
I keep getting phone calls from him wanting to know what my problem is, and we've had this friendship for so long. Why would I want to throw it away? And aside from changing my phone number, I guess my question is there another alternative possibly to kind of tell him to hit the road? I mean,
Well,
he's
first of all,
already
hang
somebody else.
on. Hang on. First of all,
Got to be some feelings
yeah, I
here.
know. First of all, this is not a dual relationship. It was one thing and now it's another.
Yeah.
It has evolved. It's not as though you're at the same time friends and lovers. That's a dual relationship. You're not his. You're not maintaining two unless.
I mean, dual is in like being having a brand new friendship, but at the same time being an ex.
It's not the same time being an ex. It was a previous relationship that's involved in
Well,
a different
hold on.
quality
At
relationship.
the same time, being an ex is not a relationship.
Yeah, it's no longer anything.
You're a friend now.
You're just describing something that had
Look,
been in the past.
Let's not get weighed down with semantics here, Drew. When did you guys break up?
It's been about a year ago.
And he's getting engaged already.
Uh-huh.
And you must still have some feelings for this guy.
Well, he was the first guy I ever dated.
All right.
All right, Jennifer,
Yeah,
forget the explanation. You have feelings, and that's the duality in this relationship. You
Right.
have a fantasy going on.
You're still into this guy, and then when he got married or got engaged, you got angry and you decided to cut things off or try to send a message to him, and he's confused.
No, I'm not. I won't doubt that there are feelings there, and I'm not angry. For me, it's appropriate. I mean, he
Well,
may
no.
do it with somebody else. I don't get out of
Whoa,
it.
hold on a second. First off, you get married or you get engaged. You don't have to dump your friends. That doesn't make any sense. We got a cameraman in here who knows even that's retarded. And these guys are just these big human tripods, big behemoth men who lug around these 60-pound cameras everywhere. But this is ridiculous. You have feelings for the guy. If you didn't have feelings for the guy,
If you were just a friend.
you wouldn't care whether he got engaged. You'd be happy for him.
Yeah, the problem is you've been hiding or suppressing or sort of
Right.
denying these feelings, and that's a problem. Now you've got a dysfunctional relationship.
Yeah, why do you got to make a move just because he gets engaged?
Yeah,
Unless you have some feelings.
You should be happy for him. He's your friend.
Right.
He found somebody he's in love with. What's wrong with that?
All right, well, we've stumped the panel.
Yeah, well, she doesn't like the answer.
All right, Jennifer, that's it. You're you have feelings for him.
Now, by the way, if those feelings...
I guess if we hadn't come so close to getting married, we made it 20 minutes from eloping. Like we were.
Jennifer.
All right, thank you.
We don't
you know
doubt
what I
that
love
you have
about
feelings.
this show? Everyone makes our point for us.
I know.
They think they're arguing, but there's like a long pause. Well, if we weren't 10 seconds away from eloping, it's like, yeah, uh-huh.
That's our point.
What about the argument you were making, Jennifer, about a minute and a half ago that you guys were just friends?
No, we are just friends. My question was, I guess, because we came so close to getting married,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's getting married. I just think it's weird that he wants to keep me. I don't know. It's really strange.
All right. Well, good. Why don't you need
Jennifer.
a guy?
Yeah.
Where's your guy?
Where's my guy?
Yeah.
Who knows? He's lost.
You don't have a boyfriend?
No.
Shocking.
Thanks.
All right, well, that's what's going on. You got all your energy wrapped up in this guy and what could have been, and you're 23. You just need a guy. You're like 3 good dates away from being completely past this whole thing.
And you should end the relationship with this guy because you have feelings. Now, whether you want to admit that to him or not is up to you. But the fact is, you need many months away from him to grieve the loss of this relationship rather than clinging to the fantasy that you've been clinging to all this time. And that has nothing to do with the duality in this relationship. It's just you haven't gotten over this thing.
We got to get a cameraman in here each and every show. Really, Drew's leaning up. He's on the mic. He's animated. He's more live than I've seen him in years. His answers are precise and
clear.
to the point.
Yeah, that's nice.
Clear and level-headed.
Yeah.
He hasn't punched a mic or knocked over a coffee
No,
mug.
wait a minute now. So, and the way you've been in your best behavior, you're not paying attention to what you're not studying my every move, waiting for the paper to. I've been flipping the paper. You haven't noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
See?
No, I'm just adding it up, buddy. I'm waiting to explode. When are you out of here, cameraman? About 20 minutes? That's when I go off. Kate?
Yeah.
Cameraman. Kate, you're 20.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call. I love you guys. I listen to you all the time.
We love you, too.
Oh, thank you. And, Drew, you came to and spoke to my college about 2 years ago, and it was really cool.
Northwestern?
Yes.
Good guess.
So that was awesome.
That was fun.
So anyway, this is the deal. I was seeing this guy. When we first got together, he was seeing somebody else, and he broke up with her after he cheated on her with me. And then we were seeing each other for like a month and a half, and it was like really emotionally intense, and he was telling me that he was like falling in love with me and yada, yada, yada. And then he broke up with me because he said he like needed time to be alone, whatever, which I know sounds like a total cop-out and a lie.
Did you guys sleep together?
Yes.
At what point in the relationship?
The first night we
First
knew
night.
each other.
Well, they were cheating. I mean, she was cheating.
Oh, that's right. She cheated with the... Yeah.
Right.
He cheated on his girlfriend with me.
Okay.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't buy this. I needed time to find myself.
Oh, that's
BS.
good.
I know. He was saying that he needed time to like be alone and like get over his last girlfriend.
How
who
many
cheated on with me.
And this was how long ago?
This was like 2 or 3 months ago.
How many women has he been through since then?
How many what?
How many girls has he been through since that?
Well, none.
Hmm?
And really, like I know him through someone else. And
Well, what's he doing? He's actually finding himself?
Well, what he said, he just like needed to be out of a relationship, and he's like always been in a relationship, and he like wanted time to be alone. But
For a guy, that means something that's a code
Yeah.
for something different than what a
Well,
girl
it could be
thinks.
heroin
know.
or he could be gay. It's anything but that.
gay.
Well, you know what's funny? It's funny to me that when guys give chick-like answers that should immediately send off red flags to women.
They miss it.
Yeah, like
'Cause- yeah.
because they think, oh, that makes sense. I respect that.
This is the problem between men and women. Women think men think like women, and women think like men.
Right. And-
Those are wrong assumptions, completely.
Right, but when a guy gives you an excuse like, I've never been to me, I need to find me, I don't know what it's like to be on my own.
Need a me day.
I just need, I need to take some time. And no, that's him trying to speak in a female tongue
to slide out.
To slide out
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what guys ought to say? I probably would confuse women. They go, They just went like, I need time to drink like malt liquor and make those fart sounds when I put my hand under my armpit and flap it. That's what I need to do, and play a lot of Game Boy and Nintendo.
But behind that also is I need to interact with lots of women, was what they're saying.
Yeah, I need to attempt to have sex with some of your fringe friends,
Yeah,
not your close ones.
And see, women, if a guy were said, women would be like, what? Like that
Right.
would make wouldn't compute.
So, Kate?
Well, yeah, but here's what happened though. Like after a month after he said this, like we continued having like a relationship, not a sexual relationship, but we continued to see each other a lot, and he would like come over and talk to me for like hours and hours.
He
and
is gay.
Oh,
we
okay.
would talk on the phone, and then we wound up having sex again.
Oh,
then-
magically.
Yeah.
We didn't have a sexual
I know.
relationship.
I don't know what happened then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But then
Well,
about
maybe he
like,
found
a
himself.
week- like he found himself in me.
Yeah, found his penis in your vagina.
Exactly.
I just
But then
need time to find my finger in your ass.
Put that on loop, please.
Then about like a week and a half ago, like he came over and we were talking for like 4 hours, and then he finally said that he doesn't think that we should see each other at all anymore, and he says I remind him of too many bad things. Like
All
I
right.
remind him of how he cheated on his girlfriend, and
All
I
right.
remind
You
him
know
of
what?
how
I'll give this
he
guy.
like wound up having
Okay.
sex with me.
You
and I'm
know
like,
what this guy could be? This guy could just be one of those artisan fags, where he's not actually gay. I mean, he doesn't technically blow guys, but he wears like a bad like berets and other things on his head, and he complains about the world all the time, and he thinks
he
he's
is
a good.
very like overly analytical.
Yeah, he
though,
thinks
and-
he's a great writer, but he'll never do anything, and he makes
Yeah.
fun of everybody, but he never cranks out any work himself, and he knows all the right music and all the places to eat and all the great poets and all that, and he's really just an idiot. This is what happened. This is why education is dangerous. This is education unfocused.
Yeah.
You see, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be an engineer, but when you just go start getting educated, then you just sit around and complain. Oh, I'm smarter than everybody. Why do I get $11 an hour? I should be making... And then they take these crappy jobs and complain. Uh-oh, Damien's looking at me. Yeah, that's you, Damien, right? Yeah. Why do I get $7 an hour when I'm twice as smart and twice as brilliant? They're smarter than everybody. They're more talented. They're more artistic than everybody. And they just become pains in the ass. I hate these guys. And then they're sort of gay in their relationships because they go over there and they talk for like 6 hours about the world and about their space. And then they have sex and then they break up and they're all over the map.
Oh my God, the philosopher warrior has resurfaced.
Yes, I'm tired of these guys. I cannot stand these guys. Artists. Heidi, she just dump the guy and just get some regular guy.
Those
dress
people
up.
usually find their way to some political activism.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then you
boy.
start screwing everything up. You don't think cows speak to each other? Of course they can communicate. And they cry out in pain just like the plants that you harvest. Oh, yes. And they have all these crazy theories about, whatever a terrorist country does to this country, it's because we've oppressed them for so many years. They're just big pussies. They're just world-class pussies, those guys. Heidi?
Yeah.
And they get those crappy tribal tattoos that they don't even know what it means. Oh, this is for spirit. This means this is Samoan. Oh, shut up. Just
Heidi.
get a goddamn anchor tattoo.
I'm here.
Sorry.
What's up, Heidi?
I hate those.
Hi. How you?
Yeah. What's
This
happening?
is the Quaquudal Indian potlatch.
Yeah. This is I'm 134th Cherokee. That's where I get my tenacity.
All right, Heidi, what's up?
I have a question. For about a month or so now, I don't wear underwear at all.
All right, now we're talking.
Just because it's very comfortable, and I'm wondering if it's a bad habit to get into here. Is it unsanitary, or is there anything wrong with that?
I don't know.
Nothing,
Drew, is that for the ladies?
I mean, it can be a little troubling to your dry cleaning bills.
Really? For the ladies. Yeah.
Well, she's a lady, right?
I
Yes,
hope so.
I'm a lady.
Yeah.
All right.
But there's nothing sort of intrinsically unhealthy about it. In fact, generally you want to wear cotton and things. And what's the difference between that and a G-string anyway?
I mean, nothing in a G-string?
Yeah.
One thing, you got that bar up your ass.
Yeah, there's a
I wouldn't wear a thong back. Yeah. I've taken to not wearing underpants myself, by the way, recently. I no problem
you're
with
a
that.
homeless person. You barely wear pants. I mean, come on.
Sure, I got all dressed up tonight because it was cold, but do you really need underpants? What's the plan with wearing the sort of shorts under your pants kind of
Protect
thing?
your clothing. So
Is that why it's invented?
Yeah.
Are my balls so hideous that they can't make contact with my own clothing?
Just think about it.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
The other end is protected by all that hair in your case.
That's true.
Nothing ever gets out.
Natural barrier.
Yeah. Hey, we got to go to break.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we
Paula,
Yes.
you're 22.
Yes.
Your best friend is a guy.
Mm-hmm.
His new girlfriend doesn't. Yeah.
Well, not new. I've known him for 7 years, and I've known her for about 4 years. And they've been dating for about a year now, seriously, but they've dated off and on before. And she and I, it's mainly the problem between her and I.
She doesn't trust that you're just a friend.
Right.
Hmm.
But he's
Well-
like my brother, and that is it.
Why is there a friendship between you two? Why wasn't there something more?
Well, we dated my freshman year
Mm-hmm.
for like 4 months over the summer, and my father was dying of cancer at that time, and I just felt more friend from him.
All right. He wasn't into you.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't into him.
All right.
All right. What? Somebody
Someone
wasn't into
wasn't
somebody.
into someone.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, maybe she has some instinct about him being into you.
Right. That's right.
Because you weren't into him, but he probably is
There's
still
always-
into you a
al-
little bit.
Oftentimes in these male-female friendships, somebody was more into somebody.
Always.
But the one that doesn't reciprocate, the other then settles for friendship. When it's a male that settles for the friendship, believe me, he is waiting like a
Coiled cobra.
yeah, like a lion waiting in the brush.
Yeah. Like a leopard that's on a tree branch, ready to drop down on some gazelle that's
Like
watering
a
itself.
bird of prey circling about.
Like a trebuchet. One of those counterweighted catapults that was used in the Dark Ages.
Dictionary.
Uh-oh.
Trebuchet?
Yeah.
Like
It's close.
Many mouths?
No, here's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Coiled, like ready to spring.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is there was the catapult.
Click, 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 click,
There was a
click,
the catapult was based on something that would snap back into its original form, like, bending the coconut tree down and trying to launch a Gilligan onto the passing freighter.
Right.
But the trebuchet,
Give me the dictionary.
all right, that was a counterweighted thing.
Oh, I see.
You see, they'd let the one weight go, and then the thing would like whip around, and all these geeks make them,
Yeah.
and they can launch a Volkswagen 400 yards if they make a big enough one. Okay, Drew, can we take a break?
Let's take a break, please. Let's go.
Okay,
All right.
we'll be back.
LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. You ready to roll here, Drewski?
Let's go, dude.
All right. Let's talk to Jay.
JJ.
Yo,
Oh, JJ.
Yeah, not J. J.
yeah.
No, I thought he wanted, the way it was spelled, I thought he just wanted to be called Jay twice, which I didn't want to do.
I see.
So I was just going to call him Jay. JJ is just JJ, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've always asked for things to be spelled out phonetically, so here it is.
Oh.
Don't
Okay.
go there. Here we go. All right, Jay, what's up?
Alright, my girlfriend's parents hate me. We're both pretty sure it's because I'm Hispanic and she's white. And I don't know if to stay with her or not.
How old is she?
She's 15.
Well,
You call him from New Mexico?
Yeah.
Tell him to get the hell off your land.
the
Tell him this is New Mexico, dude.
Well, first of all, JJ, some parents just would hate any guy that's
15-year-old.
dating their 15-year-old girl. A, B, you smoke a little pot, and that may come through when you sort of go to meet your these parents. You know what I'm saying?
I don't smoke pot though.
Really?
Nah.
A lot of Mexican guys sound like they smoke weed. I think it's just their natural cadence.
I'm like totally bewildered. No,
I believe
no,
you, JJ.
No, I don't.
Well, he straightened up his voice when he said, I don't smoke pot. So you don't smoke pot, huh, JJ?
No.
Never?
Never have.
Okay. Well, hold on. To be fair, Drew, he sounded at the beginning like he smoked pot, and now he doesn't sound like he smokes pot. So maybe he's just being a little lazy, or
Okay,
he's been
far be
nervous
it
or
from
something.
me, but I suspect
Okay.
more. It's like everyone's listening, and we're not going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
About 1 o'clock in the morning over here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, Drew's right, everyone. Now,
Yeah. So what else might it be about you that might disturb them? Because I'm assuming it's not ethnicity.
how
And
do
if
you know? Maybe they said it was.
No. I'm assuming it's not. Okay.
Oh, well, I know you're assuming it's not, but
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying let's go down that path.
I
What
know,
else
but
might bother them?
well, why get into all that? And then he says it's because he called him a beaner or something.
All right, well,
you know what I'm
all right,
saying?
go down that path first. That's
Did
fine.
did they say this?
No, they said I dressed like a fool.
All right.
I did not look intelligent. I wasn't classy.
All right. So this is all, but yeah, but they didn't say anything about your ethnicity.
No, but she's had white boyfriends before who still dressed in baggy clothes, normal teenager clothing,
Mm-hmm.
and
No.
they've had no problem with it.
I see. And with you, they have a problem.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
It's suspicious.
yeah. they could-
Suspicious.
Listen, I'll tell you. I'm sure it is a factor.
Really?
I said a factor. If he showed up wearing a bow tie and a suit, I think it would be
A non-issue.
it'd be a non-issue.
Yeah.
But if he's going to dress like everyone else is dressing, and it may be, I don't know, maybe it's 10%, maybe it's 30%, maybe it's 80%. It's not all that, but it's some of that.
Well, let's put it this
and
way.
I agree.
He can't change that, but he can change all the rest. And so if he wants to fall in line with what the parents are looking for, how about doing a little bit of that for him?
Yeah. Well, or I would go super Mexican by getting a mariachi outfit. That diffuses people too. We're scared of the new Mexicans, not the old ones. Like if
Join a banda macho?
yeah, like
Yeah.
if you wore one of those huge sombreros and like the guys who sleep up against the cactus with the poncho on or something, comical Mexican,
Novelty?
that we're comfortable with.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm saying like you're in a band or something, like you were at an amusement park. That's what I'm saying. So either that, or you got to go with like the bow tie.
Yeah, you got to just change it, get it together a little bit. If
Well, Drew, why are you being so hard on the kid? He's
I'm
being
not
discriminated
being hard. No,
against.
he's not necessarily though. I
Well,
don't necessarily.
okay.
Because we know the people that when they are being discriminated against, the parents tell the daughter that.
Oh,
They will say it. They will say we're uncomfortable. with it."
Sometimes they do. Yeah. All right. So JJ,
Yeah.
here's what you got to do. You got to treat her right.
Oh, I've
She-
done
she-
that.
Yeah, she can't come home crying or anything.
Oh, she never has.
No, I know. I'm just saying this is the long-term goal for you. You treat her right. You let her you slowly get to know the parents. They'll start to see you as a human being,
Yeah, for who they'll see it was JJ, not some
not
scary
the
guy.
Mexican
Yeah.
15-year-old. And again, mariachi. Those sort of Nehru type jackets. They're real short.
Yeah.
The sleeves are long, but they're short around
Yeah.
the waist.
Yeah, with the studs all the way around.
The studs going all the way, and that huge guitar. The huge guitar. Yeah.
Yeah,
Big sombrero and the boots.
good times.
I
was-
really don't think even the reddest of rednecks would not discriminate against the mariachi dating.
I'm concerned though as they get to
The
know
daughter.
JJ, they may be even more concerned.
Why? What? You think he
Because
smokes the
sort
weed?
of, yeah, I do. I think there's sort of an antisocial feel about old JJ.
He did have the vibe that about 90% of the people who cry discrimination in any form, whether it's race, religion, or size discrimination or what have you, they're usually just antisocial pains in the ass, and they use their skin color or their yarmulke or their fat ass as an excuse to as to why people hate them.
Right.
But no, most you folks who people can't stand you, it's usually you. It's you. Because they can all think of examples of people of your race or your religion or your size who they do like.
A lot.
Yeah, but you they don't like because you complain all the time and you're antisocial. All right, I agree with that. Rick,
Yeah.
you're 19?
Yep.
What's up?
How's it going? I got a question. I've been dating this girl for about 6 months now, and the sex has been going pretty good. And I'm in college, and she just offered me to try LSD with her and have sex. I wanted to know how safe that was.
The act of having sex on LSD is no more dangerous than just taking the LSD under any other circumstance.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've never done any kind of psychedelic drug. I tried pot once, and I really didn't like it. And
Yeah.
she's really pushing it on me. And
I think it's a huge mistake. You're playing Russian roulette with your brain. And if you want to risk brain damage, enjoy.
Yeah, well, you're playing Russian roulette, except for
You're going to get laid, huh? That's the whole deal here? This is the thing with this
I
guy.
mean,
Well, if that's what it takes for me to get laid,
No,
okay,
no,
I'll drop the
no.
acid.
I'm
then.
saying you're playing Russian roulette, except for the chamber or the cylinder of the revolver has 200,000 chambers in it.
Right.
It's not 6. Russian roulette, you spin a thing around, you got 1 in 6 chance of taking a slug in the head.
Yeah.
You drop ecstasy or LSD once, you're spinning a thing around, you got 1 in 50,000.
Not 50,000. No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Listen here, screwball.
No.
No, I'm going to look right into the camera for this. First of all, he can't stand that I'm smarter than him, and I went to North Hollywood High and barely graduated with a ceramics degree, for Christ's sake.
Now, just consider who's speaking to you right now.
Right. Okay, here's what I'm saying. I say 1 in 50,000 people who do it once are not affected long term, or are affected long term, but not more than that. One time.
I'll give you
one time.
I'll give you 1 in 250.
No, but I'm talking about one exposure.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of weird stuff from one. Maybe not horrible.
Most of this country, not most of this country, but quite a bit of this country has done it once.
Yeah.
And not had any long-term effects from it. Please. Thank you. Right again. Rick?
yeah,
So what do you want to do? You want to do ecstasy or you want to do LSD?
she wants to do either LSD or mushrooms or something. I don't know. She's really into that whole, Tim Leary thing and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Well,
I'm not,
start with the mushrooms. You're going to end up just crying and in a pool of your own semen and tears, and she's going to be, you're going to be in like a fetal position, and she's going to be stroking you. It's going to get weird.
All
It's going
right.
to get weird. You ain't going to get horny. You're going to get weird.
Yeah.
You get groovy horny, which is different. You just want to like rub up against people.
Yeah, she's not into the ecstasy thing. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I told her I would do that, but I was also worried about that because I heard if you do that, once, you can't really have sex again because it's so good. I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, we've heard that.
No.
We've heard that rumor too. But I don't
No.
think that's a truth.
Untrue.
A true
Untrue.
fact. Yeah.
Rick, you just feed her a couple of them high octane lemonades they got out now, and just bang the bejesus out of her. All right?
All right.
And don't worry about all the groovy stuff. Please. People really, the kids today, I worry that they're forgetting about booze, Drew.
No, they're not. 81% high school all use them. Or they're fine.
81%?
Yeah, half of them use regularly, heavily.
Regularly? High school?
High school.
Okay, thank goodness.
It's good.
See,
You relieved
see
now?
just
You
when
feel
you
better?
think the country's falling apart.
Yeah.
You hear stats like that and they perk you right up. No, I just mean you take the ecstasy, you take the mushrooms, you take the LSD, and you think you're going to have the most incredible sex of your life.
No.
And you end up just, you get in a fetal position and you cuddle for 14 hours. But you have a couple of beers or a couple of cocktails, you get your game face on. Turn your hat backwards, pull your shoes off, not your socks, and you get busy. Right, Drew?
So says Corolla.
It's true.
Yeah.
Bruce,
Yeah, what's up, man?
you're 20. What's going on?
I sure am. Long time listener, first time caller guy.
Great.
I am calling. Simple question for Drew.
Yeah.
I have chlamydia. I'm certain of that.
Why?
Because I slept with the same girl that my friend did, probably no more than 2 days before him, and that's when my symptoms first showed up. Irritation, some dripping.
Right.
And he went and got tested. He went to Planned Parenthood, got tested. He had chlamydia.
All right, there you go. Okay.
And so anyway, like I said, I'm certain I have it. Now
Okay.
my problem is I really don't have a doctor that I consistently see, especially a urologist. Can I get a prescription for the actual drug to clear it up? Can I get a prescription directly from Planned Parenthood, or do they just tell me, hey, you have chlamydia, go to a doctor?
No, it depends on the Planned Parenthood, but most of them can treat you. I would say, and everyone I've ever dealt with can treat.
I went to one of those clinics because they had a little yeasty on the peckeroo.
Yeasty on the peckeroo, that's nice.
And it was
Very poetic, too.
all chick, militant, lesbian clinic in Santa Monica.
Your mom must have sent you there.
No, I think my girlfriend was going there. Just a bunch of buzz-cutted dykes just sitting around, just angry at the world. And I dragged my sorry penis in there, sat around with a bunch of angry women.
Is that the story where you ended up doing push-ups because you got an erection?
No, that
different
was
one.
during high school football
I see,
physical,
okay.
years earlier.
Oh,
Drew.
okay. You were under control by then.
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was frightened.
Hmm.
And anyway, I got this prescription for this topical yeast, who knows what.
Right.
But they gave it to me, and I went across the street to the whatever, I don't know, the pharmacy. I think it was like $28. I never used it. Went away the next day. And I want to sell it still.
The cream.
Yeah.
Good times.
I got a lot, and it was like $28. And Drew, you saw my pay stub.
Yeah, $134.72, wasn't it?
No, $184.
84.
That was my weekly pay. Not in high school. It's not a high school job. It's a couple. I was in the working force. I was living on my own, and a couple years out of high school with my big $184 paycheck. So $28 was pretty good cash in
Normally,
those days.
you just spend that on cocaine.
Oh, you mean now or
No,
back then?
Yeah.
No, how dare you?
You told me the guy that had you cleaning the carpets would also.
Yeah, he'd sell drugs to us. What a saint!
Oh my God.
What a saint! What a
Oh
delight.
my God.
Yeah, but I didn't go for that. Even listen, you. Oh. Drew knocked over a bunch of stuff. And he got crap all over the stuff.
Hey,
in there.
listen in there. We need paper towels.
Yeah, right.
Seriously.
No one's coming in here.
Seriously.
All right, we're going to take a break. Drew, I want you to just stop and think about what you did. Drew just gave me this look like, I don't have to think about it if I don't want to. You're happy, right? You've been wanting to do that.
No.
All right, Drew Drew pulled like a real Jerry Lewis move in here. So we're going to have to dry things off. We'll be back.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Well, Drew has mopped up the mess he made on the computer console.
Look how much cleaner that phone console looks now.
Yeah.
It needs to be washed off.
Yeah.
No, that was Jerry Lewis.
No, it didn't. Yeah. It was the thing that's funny. I don't know. I guess here's where the comedy comes from. Anyone can knock over a cup of water or a mug of coffee. It's when the second one gets knocked over in the attempt to salvage the first one or save the first one, that's where the comedy comes in.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's how it always works. You take, the one drink off the tray. I'm not seeing enough tray humor.
Yes. The running around, running under the tray. It's about to spill.
There used to be a lot of tray humor in that the waiters would be carrying the tray up over their head, and then there was that door, that swinging door that led into the kitchen, and pow, right into the guy, right in the cake in the face, or the drink that had fallen, or the waiter who was trying to keep the tray going, and he did it, and then at the very end it all toppled over.
Very funny stuff.
Humorous, very humorous. Kim?
Yes.
You're 40?
Yes. Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
I'd just like to say hi to both you and Drew. Tell you do a great job every night.
Tickle pink, baby. Thanks for listening.
And I appreciate you taking my call.
Well, it's people like you that keep this show going, except for they're 25 years younger.
Well, you'd be surprised how many people my age listen to you. There's a lot more of us out there than you think.
All right, thanks, baby.
What's up, Kim?
There's just no way of knowing. You drunk?
My question is this.
Yeah.
I got my flu shot back in October,
Mm-hmm.
and where we live, right now the flu is breaking out really bad. And I was always under the assumption that the flu shot only lasted 3 months.
No, it peaks at about 3-4 months. Actually, you get optimum coverage then.
Okay, so would you
It's
think
for-
I'm still covered then?
Yes, flu shots are given once a year. You're covered for the year.
Oh, okay.
All right?
All right, good times, baby.
Okay, well, thanks a lot.
Thanks for listening.
Okay,
Take
love you,
care of
Adam.
yourself. Love you, baby.
Okay,
Loving you. Love you. That's my kind of gal. Maddie?
Hey,
Hey.
all right, this is my problem.
All right.
I have a spanking fetish.
Spanking.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I have ever since I was like 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is kind of for Dr. Drew. I want to know how these things happen. Like,
How do you feel about it? Does
Well,
it bother you?
it does kind of because I'm totally unable to have an orgasm
Without it.
without thinking about it or having a fantasy. It's really hard to have an orgasm when I'm having sex.
Well, what's interesting is that this is not fully understood yet, but what is clear is that some sort of highly arousing experience occurs in sort of a critical stage of development in childhood, and that then lays down a pathway that becomes connected with sexual arousal. And some people are actually very bothered by this because the experiences that were so arousing often were very shaming or unpleasant or traumatic, and they can't understand why something traumatic now is sexually arousing. And actually, it's further shaming that something that could be so awful now was required for a sexual arousal.
You get spanked while the guy's having sex with you?
No, I actually can't get anybody to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll crack you a good ass.
All right, that would be great, but...
Let me tell you something, too, Drew.
Yeah?
And cameraman. I know, you see the brillo-headed guy over here cracks wise all night?
I know you like a little rough trade.
I get my game face on. Look out. You won't be laughing.
No, you've mentioned rough trade.
I like a little rough trade.
At least 3,000 or 4,000 times in
There's
this
nothing
show.
wrong with me.
So
it's just an expression of my passion and
about the
sensuality, Drew.
1,600th time you mentioned, I thought, I guess he's into rough trade.
Drew, you're next. You know what I'm saying? You're on my rough trading list. All right, so Maddie.
Yeah.
Why can't you find any guy to slap your ass a little bit?
I don't know. I guess because, like, the guys I get are usually really nice.
Well, again, there's nothing wrong about this, but it can be disturbing to some people, and it is a hard thing to get over. I'm not even clear that you can necessarily get over it. It's just what you can do is find alternative means to also get satisfaction and arousal.
Yeah, I mean, it really does seem like I can't do anything about it.
Do you masturbate?
Yeah.
And
I mean, all my life, like since I was 3 or 4.
Yeah, see, something very arousing happened to you then.
All right, do you slap your own behind when you do that?
I've tried, but it's not good. It needs
not
to
good.
be like really hard punishment type thing.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't do that.
And I never actually it's not like playful spanking. That's why I can't get guys to do it.
See, Adam uses a riding crop sometimes, don't you?
I use just
That might work if you swung it hard enough.
I use something called the Big Ten. It's just 10 links of chain.
Oh.
And I keep my nightstand.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Maddie.
Yeah?
You got to look into this a little. Maybe you got molested or abused
I
or
don't
something.
think so. The thing is, it happened when I was so young, and I don't think my parents... They said they spanked me a little bit, but it would just be like a couple of swats over my diapers. I was never abused, never really given a hard spanking when I was a kid.
Did you tell them about this problem?
My parents?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you did. It seemed like you did a little investigation.
Well, I did. Yeah, I kind of asked around, but
I don't know. I think something a little more might have happened.
Yeah. Parents will always
minimize.
They'll minimize and put a sort of more flattering light on their horrible parenting.
Well, see, the thing is, I can only remember 4 spankings in my entire life, and they were never really hard or abusive.
But your parents were spankers, so...
Yeah.
All right.
One of them might have gotten carried away one time. Or maybe a babysitter
Well,
or something.
look, here's the thing, too. Everyone has different wiring, you know, emotionally.
Yep.
We talk about this all the time. We always use the analogy that some people get rear-ended at 3 miles an hour, and they're in traction, and they're in the hospital, and they're never right, and they have to have the vertebrae fused together because a guy hit them rolling 3-4 miles an hour. Those people, by the way, need to have a bullet put in their head, I believe. Those people get nothing because they're flawed. But still, some people are practically crippled. And then other people, go off the freeway overpass on their motorcycle and get up and walk away. I don't know. Why? Yes, some people get the crap beat out of them and end up okay, and some people get spanked 3 or 4 times when they're 3 or 4, and all of a sudden they have a spanking fetish.
Yep, that is the magic of our genetic predilections. I mean, we have specific... Each of us are different in terms of what we're predisposed to.
Yeah, and some people's wiring is just a little more delicate. I would call it flawed. I don't know why we don't recognize that as a society. Why don't we understand that people that slip and become crippled because they slipped at a supermarket are flawed? It's not the supermarket's fault. It's your fault for being flawed. You were cursed by God. We can't compensate you for this. Do you know what I'm saying?
What about their aging?
What about it?
Most of that is caused by aging, people that are hurt in simple accidents.
I'm saying we need, this has nothing to
does
do
that
with
mean-
spanking,
but-
but listen, we need a standard that we measure human beings and their tolerance to trauma by.
And it'd be an age-related standard, right?
Yeah, be an age, right.
Age-specific
Well,
standard.
obviously, you're 85. Yeah, but that would factor in, too, which is if I rear-end a guy and I'm going 2 miles an hour and the guy's 140 years old and his forearm snaps because he wet himself, do I got to be responsible because I hit a guy with a brittle bone disease? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Thank you.
We got to go to break. That's what I'm saying.
All right, you want to knock something over? I got a fresh cup of coffee here, Drew.
Drink out a little bit
It's
first.
tempting. I see you eyeballing it. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back.
All right, guys, here's the deal. You looking to hook up, sick of wasting time with the wrong person?
One call's all you need to make.
Call the Dateline. 877-889-DATE.
Call the Dateline. Oh yeah, everybody now.
LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam, that's Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Hey, it is for you folks around the country. Very windy out here.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of
Beautiful, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I imagine it's this way in most parts of the country most of the time.
Yeah.
I just mean in terms of being clear.
Mm-hmm.
LA's not so ugly if you remove that sort of brown veil that hangs over it all the time. It's like a chick with a pretty face who always wears a one of those one of them Muslim things, you know. What are those things called? Sorry, no. What's that hood called? We forgot that already.
Right, the K.
Kafai?
Help.
No.
Oh God.
Drew, stop looking to the other room for help, would you? You worry about helping yourself.
All right.
All right. Let's talk to Josh. Josh is 21. Josh?
Yo.
Burka, producer
Burka, there
Ian
we go.
says.
There we go.
Yes.
What's up, guys?
Very, very correct.
What's up with you, Josh?
Nothing much.
All righty.
All right. Good night.
Cool. The question I have for you guys is, my girlfriend kind of has I don't know if it's a peeing problem, but it happens pretty much when we're having sex. And what happens is we'll start to kind of get into it where she'll get excited and she'll have to pee. So she'll go pee before we start. And then while we're having sex, she'll go, I got to pee again. And then we'll finish and she'll have to pee 2 more times after that.
And this is every time?
Just about, yeah.
Has she ever seen a doctor about this?
No, she hasn't. I don't know if it's, she says it doesn't hurt her or anything like that. She just has to pee.
She in her 70s?
There's a possibility that she has an infection there that just never sort of really heals. The other thing is that this act just sort of irritates the urethra, and it's not uncommon for some people to have that urgency to pee. So there may not be anything that can be done about this.
So this is kind of a problem you'd have to deal with.
It may just be her, yeah. But she definitely should be seen.
Drew, can you have the sensation of having to pee if there's nothing in you?
Yes. Oh,
if
yes.
you're irritated?
Oh, yes. Your
'Cause I
friend
know-
Jimmy that had the spikes driven down his penis?
Well,
to open
spike, singular, not
No,
plural.
it was graduated spikes.
Oh, it was?
Oh, yeah.
More than one
Oh,
spike?
of course. You have to open it up further. He had a dilatation of his urethra. And, boy, after that, it's like, whoa.
Feels like it's time to pee?
Constant, intense urge.
I know when she's gone to the bathroom before, and then she'll come out and then like go 5 seconds later, I had to pee again, and she'll like go right back in.
Again, that's just a sign of an irritation of the urethra. What's causing it is the question that needs to be looked at.
Yeah. Don't drive cross country with her. It's a pain in the ass.
I'll make a note of that one.
All righty.
All right, thanks a lot,
Thanks,
guys.
Josh. Hey, I'm looking for some calls on ecstasy. If anybody has any questions about ecstasy, we've got a camera in here looking to do a story on ecstasy. And if you have any questions, want to be on TV and radio, be interesting to get some questions on the air.
What? Yeah. What are you doing? What is this?
They're just
ecstasy thing.
They're just doing an investigative report on ecstasy and what's happening with people who are doing a lot of it and what's happening to people from it. And so.
All right. All right. So call in with your ecstasy-related questions. Jocelyn?
Yes, hello.
Hey, you're 35. What's up?
Oh, well, yes, I am 35. I have to address the issue of emotional abuse.
Mm-hmm.
I have an 8-year-old who is, actually, I'm divorced. I live down in San Diego, and I'm happily divorced. But the issue and the questions that I have to ask concern my 8-year-old son, who my ex-husband has custody of all my 3 minor children. And the problem is that my 8-year-old continues to call and have suicidal thoughts. He wants to kill his father, and he is in an emotional state where he needs help, and I'm fighting the justice system. I'm fighting CPS.
All right, hold on now. Why did Dad end up with the kids?
Okay, because he makes $185,000 a year, and Mom was a homemaker for 15 years.
Is mom is you?
Yes, I'm Mom.
Okay. Well, say me. It's easier.
And did he have some evidence that you were not fit as a mom?
No, it was more of a lie. But what he does is
Gung, 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 gung.
3 times he has served me with papers because he has had affairs. And then what happens is he serves me with papers, so I'll go back to him.
Serves you with
financial benefit.
Serves you with divorce papers, so you'll go back?
And I'll go back because
Why
I
does
depend on him financially.
Why do divorce papers?
time-
Wait a minute. Why do divorce papers bring you back to a relationship?
Okay, well, because I was in that fog. And on the 3rd time, I left on foot.
What fog is that?
The fog is the emotional abuse issue.
So he was abusing you.
Yes, and me and the children.
What was he
Okay.
doing exactly?
Actually, he had cameras around the house, and he works for a major company up in Northern California, to where he had my phones. He was listening to my phone conversations.
Why was he doing all that?
Because he had me in isolation.
All right, hold on a second. If he was listening to her phone conversations on that god-awful line she's got, he probably would have killed himself years ago. Drew, what is it with this show that every second or third call is the world's worst phone line? Are there other shows that work like this? Almost every call, the line is effed up?
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many clear ones? We've taken 20 calls tonight. There's been 3 clear lines. It's either bad cell phone connection or this thing. What's up with this phone line? Can you hear this, Jocelyn?
My radio on or nothing.
No, I know. I just...
It's like you're on one of those electronic...
You guys crack me up.
Are you on a regular phone?
I'm on a regular cordless phone. I'm perfectly in connection.
Do you have something that has a cord on it you could talk into?
Nothing. I'm in total instinct with. Anyway, can you still hear me?
Yeah. Well, we hear you, sister.
Okay, so he had cameras.
We hear you loud and crazy.
Okay, so he was...
He had cameras around the house.
And we don't really understand why he was surveillancing you.
Okay, he was surveillancing me, and because he was obsessed. And
With what?
he has mental disorders.
What's his mental disorder?
Well, I would find him in the computer room, curled up like in a ball, like in fetal position. He'd be crying. He has alcohol problem.
Okay, so he's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Well, you must have had one hell of an attorney.
No, I do not have one because
Yeah, no kidding.
this is because up in Alameda County, they do not appoint you one, and you have to get on a pro bono list, which they will not accept you because they will only accept you if the other party has an attorney. So I'm in in a
So he didn't have an attorney either?
Oh no, because if he has an attorney, they are going to give me what I deserve from a long-term marriage.
Wait a minute. If he has an attorney, they're going to
No,
give
he
you.
does not have an attorney.
But if he did,
I know,
if he
listen.
did,
Hey, Jocelyn, let me tell you something, baby.
Something's wrong
Your
here.
husband may be nuts, but
Yeah.
you're a little nutty too.
No, not actually. I disagree with that.
Well,
because-
you're just used to hanging. No, I'm telling you. I've spoken to you for the first time tonight. I can tell you're a little nutty.
Well, actually, I'm hyper because I'm very excited about talking to you guys. You
Oh,
guys
all
can
right,
crack
baby.
up.
That's
But let me
different.
tell you
Okay,
what.
sweetie.
I've gone on with my life, and I work for a major grocery store company,
Mhm.
and I'm very happy and I'm at peace with myself. On the other hand, I have my children calling me from Northern California, upset, saying they want to kill their father.
All right, why don't you record these calls?
Because I'm not allowed to by law.
I bet you could. I bet you could use them as evidence.
I wish I could.
You
Well,
can't
why
take them
why
to
can't you?
Child Protective Services?
Yes, I've called CPS, and they will not. The only way that they will follow through with an investigation through CPS is if they see physical bruises.
All right, and look,
provided the justice
you really don't think you could record these calls and play these calls to your kids saying they wanted to kill themselves and kill their dad? That would be inadmissible.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That'd be inadmissible, but I think you would play it for CPS.
I don't know.
That'd be-
Yeah, and I don't know that it's inadmissible. It's not.
It's not.
No,
It's not. And Alameda County is very poor.
Listen, screwball, you had no attorney. You were representing yourself,
Yeah.
and you got nothing.
Exactly.
You lost all three of your kids. So slow down, Perry Mason. Maybe it's time to let me do the thinking on this one.
I would love it.
Okay, I just told you. Start recording these phone calls.
Okay.
And tell
You
the kids, record that you're telling them you're going to record them.
No, don't tell them.
Yeah, if you tell them, then it may become admissible.
No, because then if you tell them, they can act for it.
I see.
You have to get their actual.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with all you people? I should have been an attorney. Look, you record this thing, and you have the kids talking about suicide and about killing dad, and then you just go find. You know what she's got to get involved with? She's got to get involved with one of those women's groups that helps out in these hard luck cases like this.
Yep.
That's what you. Jocelyn?
Yeah, I got to tell you something. One more thing.
No. Listen, I'm done with you.
Guy
No.
calls up and he masturbates on the phone to me.
Who?
My ex-husband.
Again, if you would have recorded this, you'd have just a pile of evidence.
Yes, I do, and I have it all written down. I've kept. I have.
Yes, but this is the diary of a mad woman. Do you understand? You need tapes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, next time he masturbates on the phone, you get a semen sample, right?
You guys are. You guys.
All right, screwball. Now listen.
Yeah.
Let me say I'm going to say a couple things. A, this is why you shouldn't have kids with idiots. Okay, all you idiots out there, stop it. I feel bad for Jocelyn, but she married this abusive guy and decided to crank out a bunch of kids with this guy, and now she's lost control of her life and these kids. B, record these calls, get some evidence together. C, go to one of these groups. There's plenty of divorcee women advocate groups. Throw yourself on the mercy.
Or legal aid society. Call legal aid
Explain what is
society.
going on.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of this, Drew, and it's like I know they have a good rap and a good story, but I still don't believe all of it because it just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't fit, yeah.
The court is gonna award these 3 kids to this maniac. I bet if we talk to him, he might convince us otherwise. Cameras in the house. Daphne?
Yeah.
You're 26?
Yep.
What's up?
Well, he said that he
Hold
wanted...
on a second. We gotta get the camera queued up. Yeah, you good? You rolling? You want to slate it, or are we cool? Okay, we're
And
good.
action.
Okay, hold on. True, act natural, will you? So let's pretend like we're coming off
Keep
a
peeling
call.
my hand off here.
Oh, well, it's So that's what you get for not pulling out. Let's go to line 1. What do you say? We talk to Daphne. Daphne?
Yeah.
You're 26. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What's going on?
Well, Dr. Drew was saying that he wanted some questions about ecstasy. I wanted to find out if you can have a natural tolerance.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let's try
take
that again.
yeah.
Let's take it again.
Without the
Daphne.
preamble there.
Daphne?
Yeah.
We're going to try this again, but this time, don't allude to the fact that Drew asked for the ecstasy calls, all right?
Alrighty.
All right, now,
where in North Hollywood do you live? Something important here.
Yeah.
It's on, right by the freeway.
Oh, by the freeway.
Addison?
By the 8 freeways that go through North Hollywood?
No, by the 170,
Oh.
right off of Riverside.
Yeah. Riverside and what? What's across the street there?
Lancashire.
Oh.
Tahunga.
Oh, what a dump. right by that Amelia Earhart statue, right?
It's near there. I
Uh-uh.
drive past there sometimes.
Was Amelia Earhart living in North Hollywood?
She crashed her plane into North Hollywood.
I see. And then they set up a city around it.
She was
No,
killed by
it's
gang
from
members
Burbank or
and
something.
considered missing.
It's because of Burbank or something.
Yeah, all right there, baby. Yeah, I grew up right there, too.
Yeah.
Is their phone screwed up now?
Yeah.
No.
Daphne?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Daphne, you there? Gone.
Yeah. I've never said this before, but doesn't it seem like a lot of calls have screwed up phone lines on this show? Did I touch
No,
on that?
I've never. No, it's
Oh.
interesting you bring that up. Now that you
Well,
mention it, though.
yeah, I should bring that up.
Shocking. Rather startling, in fact, how frequently that happens.
You got our ecstasy call?
Yeah, actually.
Maybe Daphne's line is cleared up a little bit.
No, we got one here. Wait.
You don't want to try it?
No.
Is she on her cell phone?
Yeah.
Daphne?
I'm on cell phone.
Oh,
You on
there
cell phone? All right, you doing okay? Phone line's
Yeah.
good? Okay, hold on.
Okay.
All right, ready?
No, this is the one we want here.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute, I feel bad for
All right, let's
Daphne.
talk Daphne. All right.
Okay. So, Drew, this is common in teenagers?
Very common.
All right, fantastic. Let's see who else we can help. Let's go to line 1. Daphne,
Yeah.
you're 26. You had a question for us tonight?
Yeah, I've taken ecstasy 3 times, and I've only had an effect from it once.
Hold on 1 second. I want to jump in, but you kind of fumbled on the ecstasy line.
Sorry.
You butchered that one a little bit. That's all right. Let's just try it one more time.
Okay.
All right, ready?
And action.
So, piercing is okay, but aggressive piercing is a sign of something bigger?
Something bigger, yes.
All right, let's go back to the phones. Let's talk to Daphne on line 1. Daphne's 26. Daphne,
Yeah.
you have a question?
Yeah, I've taken ecstasy 3 times, and I've only had an effect from it once.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to find out if you can have a natural kind of
Resistance?
resistance to it, yeah.
Not that I've ever heard of. I suspect it's more that the dose you were getting was not what you maybe thought it was, or that they just sold you some speed, which is often the case.
You scored baking soda your
Yeah,
first 2 times.
Yeah.
Well, my friends that I were with, we were all getting it from the same person.
Yeah.
And they were rolling, but I took 2 tabs, and I really felt nothing.
Well, Drew and I have discussed this many a time. Remember that time we went camping, we brought a whole bunch of hits? Oh. Remember that time that guy was telling us about going camping with his doctor friend?
Right.
And no, you do this. We hear this story all the time. It's a bunch of people, bunch of friends. Everyone takes the same drug.
Somebody's
5
looped
people are
and
getting
some-
off,
yeah.
and one person
Yeah.
is just straight as an arrow.
Yeah.
And it has to do sometimes with what you ate, and maybe if you exercise, and how much sleep you
look,
got.
And you're not getting Pfizer products here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Pill to pill,
It's
who
not
knows what's
completely
in there.
regulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, isn't it just? I know that, but isn't it sometimes that it's just it ain't hitting you? I mean, there's times you drink.
Well,
there's times you drink and you get really loopy, and there's times you have 8 beers and you feel completely fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've always had a really high tolerance to all drugs, even alcohol,
there's
pot, everything.
right. There's state-dependent experiences. There's the way your body metabolizes it. Maybe other things you're taking that affect the metabolism. So there's a lot of variables. So.
All right. So there you go, Daphne.
All right.
So you're over there on by Lancashire and Riverside,
Yeah.
right by the park there.
Well, I'm on Tahunga and Riverside.
Oh, all right. Still close to the park though. You know the Amelia Earhart statue I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Good times. Yeah. Was it just her phone line, or did she sort of pretend like she?
Just her phone line.
Oh, because when I first asked her about that statue, that was on the cover of the phone book in North Hollywood for many years, by the way.
Nice.
All right, let's hop to line 5 here. Talk to Stacy.
Stacy.
Caller who calls herself Stacy.
Who has trouble concentrating and may not be concentrating on us talking to her right now.
From Arizona, who's 20.
We'll put her on hold again and see if we can get her. You guys see if we can get her on the line there.
You want to try that one again?
Let's try this one.
All right. Holly.
Hello.
Hey, you're 32. What's up?
Hi. I'm trying to get a little bit of insight into what I recently discovered about my boyfriend's porn habits.
Mm-hmm.
I've been dating this guy for about a year and a half, and we have a really good, pretty normal, I guess, sex life, and he's never requested anal sex or anything like that. But yesterday I discovered that he apparently is into, I guess you can call it she-male porn, like transsexual, transvestite porn, and
Which is it? How do you know they're?
well, because of it, I found stuff on his computer.
But how do you know what they are? I mean, how can you tell?
Now,
it was
she's talking about
transvestites.
You're talking about women with penises.
Yeah, transvestites.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Chicks with, well, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So I find this and I confront him about it, and he's like, and he says, "Oh, I don't know why I look at it," and he like refuses to talk to me about it.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to figure out is, well, he also says, it doesn't mean anything. I love you. I only want to be with you. I only want to have sex with women. I don't know why I do this.
No.
I
Okay.
just don't know, and I'm trying to. I mean, like I have some theories, but I don't.
What's your theory? I'd love to hear it.
Well, his sister-in-law like started rumors in the family that he was molested when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, maybe he's trying to put a friendly face to something in his past.
Well, let me tell you something very, very interesting as it pertains to these. I don't know a lot about this particular phenomenon.
I do.
Except that Leonardo da Vinci used to draw paintings of men, these sort of female-ish figures with penises.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bunch of this. And some of his sort of drawings and muses were things that he used later for some of the important works like John the Baptist and whatnot, where there sort of was a subtext, if you'd seen his previous drawings, where this was sort of a quality of the characters he used in the drawings. He had a dream, I was obsessed with this dream, that a black bird came upon him when he was a child and forced its tail into his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And coincidentally, he had a half-brother who was sort of whacked in the house, a teenager when he was a young child.
Probably a Moor.
No, not a black. No, it wasn't even a black. It was like a crow or
makes the
something.
story better.
All right,
Go
all right,
black
he was
penis.
Moorish.
No.
And so you really wonder if he was sexually abused at a young age, and that was his sort of representation of it when he.
Well,
grew up.
listen, any guy who sits around and draws all day was sexually abused. I mean, let's face it. Guys who weren't sexually abused are out throwing rocks and stuff. The guys who sit around and draw stuff that doesn't get invented for another 600 years, that's sexual abuse.
Okay.
Okay?
You say so?
All right. So we know Leonardo was sexually abused. Now, this Holly over here, this is interesting the way she phrased it, which was his sister-in-law started a rumor that he was sexually abused. How would she start a rumor that he was sexually abused, and why would she do that?
Well,
what would her motivation be, unless there was an element of truth in it?
The family they don't get along very well.
Yeah, but Holly, why would somebody do that unless there was some element of truth in it? Yeah, I've dealt with lots of families, never seen that one.
She was just trying to speculate on why he is so effed up, basically.
Well,
did she know something, or was she guessing?
I don't know, and he.
You don't want to. You don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
Hold on, let's do that again for the camera.
I don't. I'm really not sure. I mean.
Hold on. Holly, feed us that line again. I don't know.
Just say I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't want to know. Okay, that was a good clean take.
But I'm trying to like figure out what the implications of this mean.
Okay, but here's the thing, Holly. A couple of things. You're sort of straddling the fence here, because on one hand you're calling, you want to know what's up, you think there's a problem. On the other hand, you're sort of pushing a lot of information aside too. There's maybe a decent chance that the guy was sexually abused. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with him, but it means there's issues that he has to deal with, and maybe they're being expressed by his fascination or preoccupation with this chicks with dicks, as you say. Okay? So you get the feeling there's something up with this guy.
And there is.
And there is.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's not good relationship material.
And I was just telling you, there's a story of someone with these sorts of issues.
Yes. Have you ever heard of the great Leonardo DiCaprio? Who was that again, Drew?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
But the trust issue. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that I can trust him when.
What do you mean? He feels ashamed of this. He's seeing it on his computer.
Yeah.
What do you think he's doing?
And by the way, but you need to look at your own sort of reality. Assessment tools. You started out with everything's perfect. We have a normal relationship, and now you went into the family's totally effed up. There have been rumors. Can't trust them. What's real here? Figure that out.
Okay. Thank you, Holly. Holly, please. You're 32, baby. Let's go now. Wait, one quick thing. Holly.
Yeah.
You got any kids from a previous relationship?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, good. Good girl. Good girl. You're probably sterile. Good girl. Good girl. All right, baby. Take care of business now, and stop denying everything.
Okay.
But don't get freaked out by it either.
I'm not.
There you go. It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Ecstasy calls during the break here, please.
Let me say this about the chicks with dicks. If there's any publishers of any of these magazines I look at from time to time.
Which is every magazine, girly magazine. Yeah.
Please stop it with the chicks and dicks thing.
Oh, really?
Stop it. Stop it. There are all these ads in the back.
Yeah.
This is one of these things that I...
But there must be...
If you... I know you say there must. But let me ask you this, Drew.
How many?
Drew's saying, well, they wouldn't put the ads in there if there wasn't a need for it.
A demand for it.
Or demand for it. But you know what? I don't know about this must theory. It's like when you fly and they give you that horrible, crappy, stale Fiesta mix. Well, people must like it or they wouldn't. No. Someone just does it. And then it gets done and we all suffer. These porn magazines, I like to flip through the back of the Hustler or the Jugs and look at movies that are coming out and coming up. I'm an enthusiast. Just like, my favorite part of the car magazine.
The back.
It's the back where they have the cars, the parts for sale, the rims, the tires for sale, the little advertisements for these little companies that make aftermarket parts and stuff. I'm very interested
It's a treasure
in that.
hunt.
Yeah, I enjoy that part of it. I dig deeper than the average porn connoisseur. And there I am in the back, and every third goddamn advertisement is a hot chick who has a penis that's been sort of digitally put on her. And it really throws your rhythm off when you see that. And I think to myself, Jesus, I know a lot of guys, and I know a lot of screwed up guys, and I don't know any guy that's into this. Who decided this was big business? It's like when I was yelling this at Larry Flint. You got chicks peeing on each other. It's in every goddamn article now, or every goddamn issue. You really think 50% of guys want to see chicks getting whizzed on? Don't you think it's smaller than that? And this is a very small group. Do we have to cater to these idiots and ruin my buzzwhack? It bothers me. Just stop it, all you people. He, she crap. There's a very small minority of extremely effed up people that are sexually turned on by women with penises between their legs or men with boobs, however you want to do the math, and it's way less than 3%. It's less than 1%. So just stop it. Stop all the advertising. Thank you.
1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam, that's Drew. Mark, the cameraman, is in the studio tonight. We're doing a piece with Drew on ecstasy. It's on the Fox affiliate in San Diego. Is that all right?
That's all right.
Yeah. Is that all right?
It's all right.
All right.
It's all right.
Amy?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, baby, 16?
Yeah, I've done ecstasy maybe I think it's about 8 times now.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't done it for, I guess, about maybe almost 6 months now.
So you've done it 8 times over what period of time?
In about, I guess it was maybe a year.
Okay.
But I would take kind of breaks from it. I'd have 1 month where I'd do it twice, and then I'd stop for a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I kind of have trouble sleeping sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And after I would do it, I'd get really irritable.
Sure.
And now it's sometimes...
Are you having any memory problems?
Yeah, sometimes when I'm at work or something, people tell me something and I just won't even remember anymore.
Are you having any panic attacks or anxiety, or do you feel like not going outside? Those sorts of symptoms?
Sometimes, but not really. I don't know, I get really paranoid sometimes, but it does, I don't really have a reason to, and I just kind of...
What do you mean by paranoid?
How do I explain it? Sometimes, I just feel like my heart's too fast, or I just, start freaking out about weird things.
Right, that's a panic
really,
attack. That's
yeah,
a panic.
Really random things.
And that's real typical of the effects of ecstasy, which is memory problems. You start getting any problems sort of socializing, getting kind of social anxiety?
I tested out of high school recently.
But that's the other thing I see, is social anxiety, panic, and then after the panic comes depression. So you're going to be real careful. You're going to be highly prone to depression.
Yeah, I know. Just sometimes, I get upset about things, but I don't get too upset.
It's
I'm
because,
kind of aware.
Amy, it's because this drug has damaging effects on the brain. And particularly at your age of development, under the age of 18, it might even, hasn't been fully studied, but I suspect there are going to be even worse effects at that age. So you got to be prepared that you may need to be on medication to counteract those effects of the drug.
Well, now you're really bringing her down. Look, are you attractive?
I guess so, yeah.
All right, well, fine.
I don't
you
have trouble getting guys.
No, you don't need your brain then.
Oh.
Well, I mean, let's face
No,
it.
I wanna
As a
be a
guy, you
chef,
need your
so-
brain. You want to do what?
I want to be a chef, so I don't think I have to have a lot of brains. Just
But it's not. This is not about your cognition. This is about your self, your emotional functioning, and your and symptoms associated with depression and anxiety.
Mhm.
And that's what this drug does. It's real typical of the drug.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, do you know how long it's going to be around for, or is it going to be
can-
forever?
Probably.
Probably.
And it's probably going to
8 times. Come on.
But
She probably had some depression or some predisposition to
possibly,
it
but
beforehand.
she's describing a real typical syndrome. From
All right. Well, listen, Amy, no more.
I know, I haven't done it for a while, and
All
I
right.
don't intend on doing it.
And now we're filming this, so I'll tell you what we'll do.
Yeah.
You say, thank you very much, Drew. You've changed my life. And I'll stay off drugs forever, and then we'll let you go, all right? We'll splice that in. All right?
All right.
Settle, and action.
Thank you. You really changed my life. I'll stay away from drugs.
No, okay. And now, I want you to have fun with it, but I don't want you to laugh, okay?
It's hard not to, though.
Well, let me go. Let me take you somewhere, baby.
All right.
You're 16.
Uh-huh.
You possibly need to be on medication for the rest of your life. But Drew has stepped in and saved your life, possibly keeping you out of a mental institution, okay? Now, harness that energy. Drew's your friend. You're a little attracted to him. That's kind of a subtext there. And he's really changed your life. And work his full name in, please, and action.
Thank you, Dr. Drew. You really helped. And I guess I'll try and stay away from drugs now.
Okay, Amy. See,
Is
this
that all right?
Good
oh,
work,
no.
Amy.
It was all right, except for the is that all right part.
Oh.
One more time. You ready?
No.
Yes, just really.
No.
Sell it this time.
No.
And be a little more morose this time. Remember, you may need to be on medication the rest of your life. And action.
Thank you, Dr. Drew. You really, really helped. And I guess I'm going to pretty much stay away from that because I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Okay, Amy.
I like though, even when
Godspeed.
Amy's acting, she can't quite get out, I'm not going to do drugs. Like, I guess I may be going to not do drugs anymore.
Well, she wanted to hedge.
You shouldn't want to lie, after all.
Right.
She's a method actress. You know?
All right. Well, she did get into it. Jenny,
Yeah.
you're 20?
Yes.
What's up?
Hi. Well, first I just want to say how much I appreciated you guys being on the air after September 11th, and you really helped me out, just coping. You helped everyone out with that. I just want to say thanks.
Oh, thanks, Jenny. I think it helped ourselves out, too. That was so hard to deal with. Then that damn TV show at the 6-month anniversary last weekend, the 9/11.
Oh, I couldn't watch that.
I had trouble watching it. It sent me right back to the emotional state we were in after. We all shared after that whole
Really?
thing. Ugh.
Just after Adam, after your comment, but where were all the psychics on this? I loved that. That would.
We should have made more of that. We were going to require them to all in return or bring in
give us the money back.
No, bring in their psychic licenses. Or their
Exactly.
psychic.
Yeah, well, that's just the thing.
Okay. Well, my other question was I was molested when I was a kid. I think I was 7 or 8.
Good times.
By one time by my uncle, and I've never seen him since. And my mom knew about it, and something was done about it, but I don't know what. And I really don't have much closure with it.
This happened to you once.
Yes.
When you were how old?
I was
7 or 8.
7. Yeah, I don't really remember how old.
By your uncle, who was your mom's brother?
It was my dad's sister's husband.
And what do you mean you had no closure with it? What does that mean?
I never, I never got to see him prosecuted for it, or
Did he get prosecuted for it?
I don't know. I don't. I think my mom may have put up flyers, but I never found out.
Flyers to find him, or?
No, just in his neighborhood to let him know, because this had happened one other time to my cousin, and
To let him know what?
what was that?
The flyer is to let them know what? That he's an abuser?
Yeah.
So you sort of circulated a
Yeah.
flyer around the neighborhood.
And she was throwing a garage sale, so she figured
Yeah.
kill two birds with
Sure.
one stone.
And then Girl Scout cookie
I've
season.
seen those. Seen those flyers before.
So
estate sale and pedophile living on your street.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that whole part of my family has been pretty much cut out.
Yeah.
And even my grandmother. I remember the last time that I saw her, she said, "Oh, don't worry, honey. I don't blame you," or something like that. But it was just kind of out of line.
Yeah. Well, hey, Jenny.
Yeah.
Your family's this minor mess.
Yeah. Well, that part of the family.
that side. Yeah.
Yeah. I just cut them out.
Yeah, they're a mess, and I'm not sure what good they're going to do you as an adult. I mean, in terms of closure or satisfaction for this event.
I kind of want to just call up my aunt and just say, because I'm sure she's still with him. And you just want to say, oh, by the way, his hand was under my shirt when I
But
was
just think of
seven.
the hell she's living in, just being with that guy, and what must have happened to her to make her choose a guy like that.
Yeah, her dad wasn't really around.
When he was, he abused her.
No.
Well, then the neighbors did. Somebody got her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't hook up with this guy unless someone got to her too.
Okay, so you think it's a bad idea?
I think it'll do anything for
I
you.
do. The bad part of the idea is that you're not going to feel any better. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. I'd probably feel better at the moment.
Maybe.
Not even then. You just don't. It's anticlimactic. There's not the closure that you think. The fantasy, it's more fantasy than it is anything
You
else.
want to work on this, get a therapist, and really kind of sort it all out.
Okay.
In that setting.
Yeah, which is the part that people avoid because it's actually more work than the part where you call the person up and tell them
Of
off.
course.
But it really doesn't do anything. He knows what he did, and she knows too.
Yeah.
All right there. Missy.
Okay.
All right, Jenny.
Take care of
Take
yourself.
Love you guys.
Love
Thanks.
you, baby.
Hmm.
All right, that's a good girl. Katie?
Hi.
What's up?
You guys were asking about E, and I was used to be very into E, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I took, for about a year and a half, I went to raves about at least once a week and did more than a couple tabs at a time. And I haven't done it in about a year, but I was wondering what exactly the medications you mentioned you might be put on if counseling wasn't enough.
Well, counseling will not be enough because ecstasy damages the brain. The cells that are there to maintain your mood actually drop out and die as a result of the exposure of the drug. What are you experiencing? What kind of symptoms are you having?
Not too bad of stuff. I guess maybe a little bit of social anxiety, which you mentioned, and some depression, but I've also had episodes of that before I ever did ecstasy.
Well, usually, again, the symptom that I keep seeing over and over again is a little bit of social anxiety that kind of spreads into an agoraphobia. Did you have problems going outside now, getting panic attacks, that sort of thing?
Not being outside. Sometimes I get really stressed out and I feel like I'm having a panic attack.
All right, and then
Hold on, let me jump in here. Katie, we're going to try that last exchange again. This time when Drew says you have a agoraphobia, you're scared to go outside, you're scared to open places, you say bingo.
No.
Okay, just
you say
bingo.
not that, but panic.
Say bingo. Okay, you ready? And
So,
hold on, Drew.
Yes.
And action.
So, Katie, do you have problems with anxiety when you go outside, like agoraphobia, panic attack? No. So,
Sweetheart, wait, let me tell you something. You 20-year-old chicks, a dime a dozen in this town.
Wait, let me finish with it.
I'll put an ad. I'll put an ad in the Variety tomorrow morning. I'll have 300 chicks waiting to fill this spot. You
Before you
understand me?
dismantle, let me ask
So
about it.
before you start butchering my script, I suggest that you follow orders.
Let's go back. We'll jump ahead to another part of the scene here.
You want me to get your agent on the phone?
We're going to jump ahead to another part of the scene here. All right, we'll come back to fill this part later.
Okay.
But Katie, what kind
Hold
of?
on. And action.
So Katie, are you having problems going outside, feeling agoraphobic and panicky?
Bingo. So what you want? I don't.
Bingo, she said.
I'm sorry, Adam. I don't understand.
Did you say the word bingo or was that bingo?
You said bingo?
It's bingo. I need to talk to Katie, please, Adam, please.
All right, just let me hear you say bingo once, please.
Bingo.
Okay.
Is
everyone's phone line horrible
We'll
today?
drop that in. We'll drop it
Yeah,
in.
my phone line sucks. It does.
All right, hey Katie, we're gonna need you for a looping session coming up this week. Okay, I'll fax over the time and place to your manager. All right.
Hey, Katie, what kind of? Tell me about the depressive symptoms. Are you sleeping okay? Eating okay?
Yeah, no. Sometimes I guess I go towards bulimia.
Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Well, in terms of the medication, because this is a chemical, this drug seems to deplete the serotonin cells in the brain. Often the drugs that raise serotonin are useful. So the serotonin reuptake inhibitors sometimes, but you need to go to someone. It's often also sort of resistant to treatment, so you need to see a psychiatrist who's used to treating this.
Okay.
All right.
And you probably would have needed to see one anyway. I mean, look on the bright side.
This gets you there quicker, huh?
Well, I mean, hey, Katie, just a little final statement, something that'll make a good soundbite on the MacGyver rerun that they air before the news on the Fox affiliate out in San Diego for Drew. about how he helped you and touched your life, and action.
Trouble with concentration too.
Oh,
That's the
I
other
see.
part of
Having
this,
difficulty
yeah.
focusing. Oh, why don't we discuss that? Katie?
What?
Katie?
Yes.
Are you high now?
Mhm.
Are you smoking pot?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So
All
that's
right,
a whole other
baby.
thing, too.
Listen, no one is good looking enough to get by on this little brains. Do you understand me? So you got to stop smoking the weed and stop screwing with your mind. You understand? You got to get to the psychiatrist, talk to them, get the medication, and stop pummeling your brain.
The weed may need to be treated too.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Now, just a final wrap up about how you're attracted to me, and action.
Oh, Adam, I'm so attracted to you.
There you go. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good
All
one.
right. All right, baby. Oh, poor Katie. But listen, I mean, people. I know. It sounds trite, but listen, everyone. Your brain, you need it. You have difficulty. You fill in. You try to name an activity you're not using your brain for besides drooling.
Yeah. See, they think it's somehow like cognitive functioning. Like I don't plan to be a college professor, therefore I don't even. What do I need my brain for?
Yeah, you need your brain because you can't find your goddamn keys and you have difficulty tracking.
And it changes your personality function, your moods, your ability to interact with people, concentrate, memory, all that.
Yes. And look, I've said it many times. Some people have a little more brain power than others, and those people can afford to monkey with their brain a little bit. Timothy Leary, guy probably had 155 IQ, and he knocked himself down to 130. That's his business. But you folks that are hovering, straddling the tarred fence already, you can't knock yourself down. You're right on the cusp. You're barely making the cut. You're gonna have a crappy job and be sort of what you call a dullard at best.
Hey, Mark, don't film this stuff.
No,
don't do
film it. It's
do
true.
not film it.
Why don't we say
Here he
this?
goes.
Film it. Film it
Because
up,
it's
Mark.
not a cognitive issue. It doesn't do anything to cognition.
Look,
it doesn't knock your IQ down.
How dare you? I'm talking about just drugs in general.
All right.
Stupid people who do a lot of drugs go from just, the guy's a little below average, to I can't hold down a goddamn job.
There was a JAM article this week that showed regular marijuana users have difficulty functioning in relationships and relationships and jobs. They have measurable impairments that would make it difficult to function.
I
in those
know
areas.
a lot of super high IQ people who drink a lot, smoke a lot of weed and stuff. It doesn't help them, but they can overcome. It is almost like people who have a natural physique. They can eat some donuts. They can swing by In-N-Out Burger and grab themselves some chili fries on the way home at 12 midnight because they got a fast metabolism and a God-given hand dealt to them. They can get away with it. If you got a thyroid problem and your mom's a lard ass, you can't do that. It's celery.
Lard ass?
No, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do what these people do and expect to get away with it. You're gonna be morbidly obese trying to do what the people with the fast metabolism do. Same with drugs. If you're a little on the fence and you're a little stupid, start smoking the weed and dropping the X and doing the mushrooms all day long, and you'll be a retard. Enjoy. We'll be back.
Hello? Who's this? This is LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine will be right back.
Hello, everybody. LoveLine. I'm Adam. That is Dr. Drew over there. All righty.
Wow, there's a dramatic call coming up here.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see what this is.
Drew, that's a kiss of death, though.
When I say that, sure.
Aaron?
Yeah?
You're 20?
Yeah.
What do you got there?
I have a friend that her best friend just went into the hospital last Thursday. She told her dad that she had a real bad headache, and she went in the hospital and she had these bacteria things in her brain or something like that. And she didn't, like, the doctors didn't really know what it was about, so the parents asked their friends, and their friends finally told her that she was doing ecstasy a couple times. She did it like 8 times in a week,
Mm-hmm.
and she had brain surgery on Saturday, and she had brain surgery on Sunday because they said they found some more, like, and
You don't know specifically what was going on here.
no, I don't know.
All right.
And like I've never done any drugs, but I want to know like what the kind of stuff the drugs do to you. So
Well,
like,
we've been talking about it tonight. Everything we've
Yeah.
been talking about so far are just sort of the usual syndromes I see from it. I've seen something called normal pressure hydrocephalus, which is a blocking in the circulation of the fluid in the brain from LSD,
Mhm.
where people need to get a shunt put into their brain and stuff. I don't know if that ever would have happened from ecstasy, though. So.
yeah, because my friend, it's her friend, and she's still like into doing it and stuff, but I want to like try to tell her not to, kind of thing, you know.
Well, I really think it's going to take. That's why I appreciate you guys calling and talking about this stuff, because I don't think young people are getting this message until they hear the consequences of the drug's effect on their peers.
Yeah.
So, good luck, Aaron.
Yeah, hey, good times there, buddy.
Alright.
Yeah. Do you have a home improvement question?
Me?
Yeah. Sticky door.
Well, I do construction, so no.
What do you do? What do you do?
I work with my dad doing construction.
What does that mean?
I know your dad's a big framing contractor out there in
build
Anaheim.
mall shops and
Oh,
all that stuff.
you son of a bitch. You got a dad that does something.
Yeah, you've heard of that Annie Ann's pretzels?
Yes.
We build all those.
Aunt Annie's.
Aunt
pretzel
Annie's.
stores.
Aunt
Yeah.
Annie's
Boy, there's
pretzels.
a strange pronunciation on
Yeah.
that. You build a pretzel, you do like a lot of metal stud work?
Yeah.
All right. And you don't really do anything. You just
follow directions.
Daddy's gopher.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I kicked my dad right in the nuts. Nobody did anything in my family. You got to do that for your kid. You got to have some sort of gig he can go into. He's a big F up. He doesn't do good in high school. Do you realize what a double whammy that is? Like, most kids that are F-ups in high school and aren't going to college have some blue-collar dad who's a plumber or something that they
Right.
can kind of go to work in the factory or something with him, or they know it's a merchant marine or something.
Right.
It's weird to be that F-up in high school and have a white-collar dad who you can't get into his business with.
That is kind of weird. Usually those are the kids that are sort of pushed, the education's kind of pushed up the tuchus a little bit.
The white collar?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. My dad was a school teacher, sort of, or something. All right. What are we doing here?
We're going to break.
All right.
All right, guys. Bottom line, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? One call's all you need to make. Call the date line.
877-889-DATE.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. Wow, wow, wow. You can go, bow, wow. You can go, We'll be right back.
Well, that's it. Fantastic episode of LoveLine. Safely wrapped up.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Your directing performance tonight was really stellar.
Part of being a good director is making his actors feel at ease and feel comfortable.
Really, the work you got from the actors tonight was really remarkable. Remarkable.
It was a puckish satire.
Yes, contemporary mores were portrayed in this evening. I particularly appreciate the cameo appearance by the young girl named Jenny.
I'll tell you, and let me say this about this Jenny. Some of her choices were so courageous as an actress.
Yes.
She made a lot of bold choices out there. She had fun with the material.
Unpredictable.
But she worked within herself. And, the only problem is as an actor, sometimes you bring that character home. And it becomes tough to look in the mirror. Do you know what I'm saying, Drew?
No, I've never experienced that, but I understand what you mean.
Any thespian would know what I'm talking about. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Wilkins Ingle. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.